everyone, welcome back to the Mandy Effect. This is part 2 of the video that I posted last Thursday on what to do or things you should keep in mind when navigating divorce or separation. Today's topic is a little bit more focused on the child or the children. If you are someone that's going through a divorce or a separation or a breakup, or you've lost your spouse and you are grieving, what are things that you should focus on when it comes to your child and your children, no matter the age, whether they're a little baby, whether they're a little toddler, whether they're a teenager or a preteen. Everybody needs a little bit understanding on how they're grieving that situation. So I hope some of these things that I mentioned help you. These are some things that you can resonate with as a parent, or if these are things that you did not think about, maybe it'll give you a chance to take a step back and kind of think about how you can implement these or bring awareness to them to become a better parent for your child and also help your child at the same time. The first and foremost is to keep safety as your number one priority, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional. Your child does not need a perfect parent. What they need is a present parent that is able to give them a lot of affection, a lot of love, a lot of understanding, a lot of big squeezes throughout the day to make them feel safe and validated. Number two, you definitely want to have excellent communication with your child. Even if they're a little teeny tiny baby, find different ways to tell them and show them how much you love them. But when it comes to a breakup or a separation, never, ever, ever talk ill about the other parent. Your child does not need to be in that position. I see so many families, so many men and women where the divorces or the breakups get really ugly and the child is really suffering and the parents are not able to separate that situation from understanding that both parents love the child. It's always a good idea to keep the focus on you and your child, and just do not talk ill of the other person. It's not right. It's not pleasant. The child should not have that responsibility to be hearing your pain as an adult. You should not be going to your child for comfort. You should be going to them to give them comfort, not to receive comfort. Receiving comfort with a hug and love and affection is one thing, but just keep that territory separate. Do not talk ill of the parent to the child or to others when the child is around. The next thing is to make sure you protect your child when it comes to friends, when it comes to relatives. A lot of people may mean well, but they may not realize the harm that they could be doing when the curiosity is there. Questions as very simple as, does the other parent call you? It's not your business. Keep your child away from it. Who they speak to on the other side of the family, how long they speak to them is nobody's business. That includes your intermediate family. Nobody needs to know if my daughter's father is reaching out to her or if the mother is reaching out to the child. That is simply between you and your child. Protect them, set very clear boundaries around your surroundings. Have very mature adult conversations when you are setting boundaries with your family. If they don't understand, then they don't get access to your child and the situation at hand. It's very, very important to keep your privacy and your child's privacy protective, and to also teach your child that it is okay that others don't have to know our business. It is the best friends are the ones that show up for us. Remind your child at the end of the day, a good friend is someone that shows up regardless of the situation without questioning, but with the willingness to help. Make sure you spend a lot of one-on-one time with yourself. Build new routines, build new traditions. Don't focus on it's sad that, things aren't going to be like last year. How about this year we create new traditions that we didn't have last year? So focus more on the positive. Get your child excited about the positive so they can have a healthy surrounding. Take the time to schedule play dates with your child's friends. See how your child is in public places, whether they are at play dates in small groups, groups or at school when you're volunteering at school trips? Is your child clinging on to you? Are they playing with other friends? How are they when they are playing with friends? Are they sharing? Are they not sharing? Be very mindful of watching your child and looking for those cues where you may be able to find them different ways to help them if you see a change in their behavior. Pay a lot of attention to when your child is coming to you. If they are vocalizing their feelings and emotion, it's a blessing. If your child is asking for a hug, maybe they just want a hug. Sometimes when children come to someone that gives them comfort, especially the parent, it could be just a simple question as what's going on, or give them a hug and say, I hope you're having a good day. So take the time to really talk to your child, ask a lot of open-ended questions. If they are communicating something to you, take the time to listen. Ask them how things are going, especially if they're in preteens or they're old enough to express their feelings. Talk to them about how things are going. What can mommy do better? How have things been going with your friends? Focus on the child and the situation at hand. I know I say that a lot, but be the observer in many situations as a parent. Where do you think your child needs help? Is it in communication? Is it making friends? And rather than dictating, help them find different options. What do you think about this? If your child is coming to you for guidance or, for some advice, listen to them very carefully and then ask them in return, what do they think? How do they think, if they did X, Y, Z, that would make them feel or the other friend feel? Children need a lot of affection. They need a lot of love. They need to be made felt safe. So when you are in a situation where you may have lost a spouse or you are grieving a relationship, it's very important to consistently show up for them, remind them how much they're loved, and also take the time to really express with your actions how much you love them. If it's the little things that make a big difference. If your child's having a bad day, take them out for ice cream, take them to the park, and really just figure out different ways where you can connect with the child. Build routines where, on Sundays you have a family game night. Maybe go to the library together, get a couple of books, read out to your child on a daily basis, or have them read out to you. Little routines around the house, new traditions, they can make a big difference and they can give a child to look something forward to. Always make the focus about being in a safe space with your child, creating a home where they feel safe, where they feel happy, where they're excited to come home. It's very important with little actions to build that kind of a space, and also taking out moments in each day, whether it's during dinner time, whether it's during breakfast time, where you're present. This teaches your child to be present. It teaches them how to take a step back and also learn communication in time. Your child is not going to remember everything. They may not remember the details, but in the end, they will remember how you made them feel, how you made them feel loved, how you showed up for them, how you celebrated their little wins. And during all of this, don't forget to take care of yourself. If your cup is half full, you'll be able to show up as the best version of yourself. This is more of a, just things to remember and keep in your mind. I hope some of the things I've mentioned connected with you. If there's one thing that I can leave you with is always have a listening and open mindset when it comes to your child. Even though they're little, they may give you words of gold. They may come to you in ways that you may not see, but if you take the time, take a step back and understand where they're coming from, whether they're a toddler or a preteen, you will find a way. And if you can't, there's so many resources out there, but just don't forget to give them love and show up for them consistently and make them feel safe. Until next time.